So in this video, we are just going to look at how our string matching problem works. Okay, so string matching problem which comes under brute force approach. So today we are just going to look at how your brute force approach is used to solve the string matching problem. Okay, so first we just shall look at brute force algorithm. Okay, brute force approach is a straightforward approach. Okay, so what it does not follow any kind of a special mechanism unlike your other algorithmic techniques. So what it does is that, as the name in the sense, it just performs just do it operation to solve your problem. So which means that if you are having n number of solutions for the problem, it just tries out all the solutions to find out the optimal solution for your problem. So this is how your brute force algorithm works. So here we just shall look at how our string matching works. Okay, so let us take a particular string, given string. Okay, so string is nothing but a sequence of characters, we just know it, and you will be given with a pattern. Okay, so what we have to identify here is whether the given pattern is available inside the given string or not. So for example, I just want to search a number of term, NOT means whether it is present inside the particular thing or not. I just have to mention it out. Okay, so what we shall do is that we just shall look at it with the help of an example right now. Okay, so this is the given string. Okay. So what I have to do is that I just have to find a new element out of it. So the new element which I'm just going to search is NOT. So which means I just want to search the presence of NOT inside this particular string. Okay, so what is this first step I have to do is that I just have to take the first element, which is nothing but inside the search key. Okay, and I just have to compare it with the first element inside the given string. So if it matches, I'll just move on with the next. So likewise, I just keep on moving, right? So the incremental process will continue inside it one and only if the particular string matches. If it doesn't match, the entire first string will move on to the next string. So for example, I'll just mention it out right now, right? So the same example, so NOBODY right? So this is the given string. So what I have to do is I just have to check it with it. So the first step what I will be doing is I will be taking the first element N, right? So from the given search key, so I just write out the search key again. Okay, so what it does is that it just checks whether this particular element matches. So these two element matches. So what it does is that once if the particular element matches, it just moves on to the second element inside the string and then compares it with the given string. Okay, so search key, it just takes the second element and then compares it with the given string's second element. It matches. So what it does is that it just takes the next element and it just compares. So here it is not matched. So what it will do is that it will just move on to the next iteration. So next iteration also it just comes in the same manner. So it just takes NOT, right? So NOT is matched with the given element. It is not matched. So whenever the first element is not matched, what it does, it just moves on to the next iteration. So next iteration, I just come up with NOT. So again here my N is not matched with my B. So I just move on to my next iteration, which is nothing but my 4. So again what I do, I just compare it. So N is not matched with O, right? So next one I just compare it again, NOT. So again it is not matched. So I just move on to the next iteration. So similarly NOT. So here it is not matched. It is not matched with Y, right? So the next iteration, so I just move on to NOT. So it is not matched with the empty space which is given. So it is not matched. Okay, in the 8th iteration, what happens is that it just matches the element. So here your N and this N is matched. Okay, so here whenever the string is matched, what we have to do, we just have to go for the next element inside it. So now what I do is that I just take the O right now and I just compare it with this O. It matched, right? So once it matched, I have to move on to the next element. So T, so I just take my T and I just compare it with my T over here. So this T and this T is matched right now. So whenever it is matched, I just return. So what I will do is that I just return element found, or I just write it as return element or pattern. So I just write it as pattern found at position 7. So which means that 8th iteration means we just start with the position 0. So at position 7 we just have found out the element not. So this is how our brute force approach solves the string matching problem, right? So what we shall do is that we just shall look at the algorithmic part of it. Okay, so I'll just write down the algorithm. Okay, so algorithm always begins with the keyword algorithm, right? So algorithm, I'm just writing it down. Okay, so it is an algorithm for brute force string matching. So I just accounted it. Okay, so again we are going to give two kind of strings, right? So strings will be generally passed as a form of a character array. So what I do is that I just mention it out. So 0 to n, so this is the first text which I want to identify, and then the next one is the pattern which I want to identify. So I'm just giving it as s. So this is as the argument, I'm just passing it as an argument, I'm just giving it as an input. Okay, so initially I just have to mention the description. So it is brute force string pattern matching. Okay, so it is a brute force string pattern matching, right? So my inputs, I'm just going to give array. So I'm just going to give two array in a form of t and p. So t represents your text and p represents your pattern, right? So again my output will be in a form of either element position. So if my element is present, it just returns the element position. If my element is not present, what it does, it just returns -1. So -1 if the element is not present inside the list. Okay, right. So for I is equals to 0 to n minus m do. So why am I mentioning n minus m means, so for example here there is no need for you to check these last two elements. Why? Because is that the pattern is of length 3, so here there are no elements further. So if you just stop with c, that's enough. Why? Because the last minus the length. So I'm just mentioning n minus m, right? Okay, so I'm saying j is equals to 0, right? So my while j is less than equals to m. Okay, so this is for this iteration, so the element to be found iteration, right? So for this iteration it is being mentioned. So p of j is equals to, okay, so text pattern t of I plus j do, right? So j is equals to j plus 1. So we just keep on incrementing if it matches. So once if it is matched, we just have to move on it. So if it doesn't match, there is no need for you to move. And then if j is equals to m, return I, right? So which means that if the element is being found, you just instruct your machine that you just have identified it, and I'm just returning the position of it. Or else what I do is I just return -1. Okay, so if the element is not found, it just returns -1. So this is how it works, right? Okay, so here the complexity, let's look at the time complexity of it. So time complexity. So looking at the time complexity of it, so generally we are having a couple of iterations. Okay, so this iteration will range for n number of times, right? So we just know that this iteration will be ranging for n minus m number of times, and this iteration will be ranging to the maximum of m time, right? So right now what we are going to do, we are just going to take n and then cross m. So maximum it will be leading. So if it is going to be an worst case algorithm, so if it is a worst case algorithm, it just turns out to n star m. So for right now I'm just mentioning my big O notation. So for n number of elements, the algorithms tends to be big O of n m, right? So t of n, what is the time complexity? So t of time complexity will n cross m will be the time complexity for the worst case algorithm. So if it is going to be an average case or theta notation, so it will be something like n plus m number of terms for an average case. So this is how the string matching algorithm works with the help of your brute force approach.